Hello, this is my first video in my new office, and I'm real excited about it. Welcome to part one of my three-part series on music therapy for anger. In this three-part series, we're gonna go over 3 steps for dealing with and managing anger: reset, reframe, and respond. In part one of my series today, we're gonna be talking about step 1, reset, using music therapy interventions. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Leela from Uku-Lela Therapy. I'm a music therapist and mental health counselor, and I use music and expressive arts in fun, creative, and research-based ways to help with things like mental health challenges, wellness, and self-development. So before we get into our interventions, let's talk a little bit about what anger is. Anger tends to get a bad rep. Every emotion that we have serves some kind of purpose, and anger is not exempt from that. Let's think about it. What is the evolutionary purpose of anger? The purpose of anger is to let us know that we've been wrong, that something's not right, that something unfair has happened, and it can drive us to seek justice. At the same time, anger is a secondary emotion, which means that it happens in response to other emotions. In this handy-dandy demonstration of an anger iceberg, you can see that anger is kind of like an iceberg. When someone's angry, we just see the anger. We don't see everything else going on underneath that. So anger is a protective emotion. It protects us from feeling more vulnerable emotions that might feel scarier to talk about or express, whether that be sadness, hurt, or disappointment. So it's really important to not just stop there at the anger when we're working through situations. We need to ask ourselves, what emotion is underneath this anger? What is this anger protecting me from, and why might it be scary to feel these feelings? Another important thing to remember is that our emotions are never the problem. What we do with those emotions are the problem. One person can feel anger and have an assertive, productive conversation. Another person can feel anger and start throwing things. And one of those things is probably a little more helpful than the other, but they're both feeling anger. So it's what we do with the emotion, not what we're feeling. Now that you're an expert on anger, let's talk about what to do when we're actually feeling that fiery sensation. Maybe you're having an argument with somebody, maybe little things are setting you off. Step 1 is called reset, but it could also be called retreat or rest. But I decided to call it reset because we're not really retreating from the situation and we're not really resting, so we'll go with reset. This step is extremely important because before we do anything else, we need to regulate our nervous system. Our frontal lobes or our thinking brain don't work as effectively when we're in survival mode and we're all riled up and we're feeling all these emotions, so we need to reset our thinking brain. I don't know what this is. There are multiple ways that you can accomplish this depending on what works best for you. Today we're gonna go through 3 different techniques using music that might be helpful. First, we'll try something called 4-4-4-4 breathing or square breathing technique, and I actually went over this in my video about using music to regulate your nervous system, linked in the description if you're interested, but we'll do a quick version now. So basically you'll breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, and it's called square breathing because you can picture a square as you're doing the exercise, breathing in, holding, breathing out, holding. So we're gonna try it together, and I'm gonna play some chords to help us count and relax. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, again. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and you're relaxed forever and ever. No problems. Never again in your life. I just healed you. You're welcome. Another technique that tends to work really well for anger is called progressive muscle relaxation. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just going through a meditation where you're tensing all of your muscles and then you're relaxing all of your muscles. We're just gonna try a quick version of this together using music. So I'll play some more aggressive chords to prompt you to tense, and I'll play more calming chords to prompt you to relax. So let's try it together. Tense up, 2, 3, 4, relax, 2, 3, 4, tense up, 2, 3, 4, relax, 2, 3, 4, one more time, tense up, 2, 3, 4, relax, 2, 3, 4. Once again, you're healed. You're welcome. I think this is really helpful for anger because when we're feeling really big emotions, our body becomes tense. So this helps us recognize our tension and help us release that tension and really be in tune with our body, which in turn sends signal to our brain that we're calm and we're good and we can handle it. Let's go into our last technique. Remember we talked about this step of managing anger being all about resetting our brain? Well, what's a way to do that? Get your thinking brain to think. So a third technique you can try is to go through the alphabet and name a different song for each letter of the alphabet. For example, A. All I want for Christmas is you. B. Bohemian Rhapsody. Not singing that one. C. You get the idea. Of course, you can do this with any category. It doesn't have to be music, but we're talking about music therapy here, so I'm gonna use a music related thing. If this seems silly to you, you're right, it is. But anything to ground you and to get your thinking brain turned on can be helpful. Now remember, in the moment of anger, this is gonna be a very difficult thing to do. But the more you do it, the more you practice, the better you'll get. It's very hard for a lot of people to make a space between a situation and a reaction. This space is what we're talking about. Also remember that anger reactions are often learned. Maybe they're observed in our family growing up. Maybe we never really learned how to deal with anger in a healthy way. Maybe a person who gets angered easily literally doesn't know any other way to express that anger. So you need to practice, just like anything else. You need tools in your tool belt. I just gave you 3 tools. So again, you're welcome. And the thing I like about these techniques is you don't need anything with you to do them. You don't need any fancy equipment. You don't need to be in a certain place. You can do them anywhere. If you'd like to learn more about using music to regulate your nervous system, check out my video linked in the description. And thanks for watching. If this was helpful for you, please like, share, and subscribe. I post videos every Friday on mental health, music therapy, expressive arts, well-being, all the fun stuff. So subscribe for updates and stay tuned for part 2 and 3 of my series on music therapy for anger. Thanks for watching and I hope you have a great day. Bye.